What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
Podcast.
Oh.
Period. All right, y'all. Surprise.
You might have thought we've been gone for a minute. Now we back with the jump off. Dudes in the club, case something. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so hey y'all, how you doing?
It's not anyway. Don't do that.
Anyhow. All right, y'all. So let me explain.
Yeah, because it was all Alicia's fault.
Everything. No, it was. So first things first, you remember when I had said I couldn't record 1 week because I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled, and then I had to push that appointment back because I can't remember what happened. I think it had something to do with my insurance. They tried to tell me I had to pay $1,600, and I was like, oh no. This what happened.
They didn't do it because you needed somebody with you.
Right. That's exactly what happened. So I went down there ready to get my wisdom teeth pulled, and they was like, "Where your escort?" And I'm like, "Escort?" They were like, "We told you need an escort." Now they ain't told me a goddamn thing. Now it could have been in some paperwork. Don't get me wrong, but I know we ain't had that conversation because before that appointment was made, I went for something else, and then that's when we decided to do the, whatever. So anyhow, so I had to push it back to that following Monday when I had somebody ready for me. But obviously that's another week that I couldn't record because now I really don't have no teeth in my mouth. So I got my teeth, I got my wisdom teeth pulled, all that good stuff. And then I got COVID. Okay. Now COVID ain't really have an impact on my ability to record, but I was overwhelmed. Okay. And if matters couldn't get worse, my freaking sister-in-law passed away. So it's like, okay, it's a lot going on. I'm really shook up by this whole COVID thing. I just really hate to lose a loved one over something that has really been tormenting this earth for 2 years. Rest in peace to Kelly. Yeah, it's really tough, man. She had 2 kids, and obviously she's married to my brother. And, I feel like with this COVID thing, we all got pretty comfortable, and definitely myself included. I don't think I was really extreme, but I shouldn't have even gone to a holiday gathering. I was a little hesitant to begin with, I'm not gonna lie, but I just felt like I should be fine, or I could be fine, but obviously and I still am fine, but I have COVID. So
you don't know if you still got it though. I don't think.
I mean, I might not, but I did contract it. And so if I test negative tomorrow, I'm going to have some housekeepers come to my house to clean my house, dust everything off, take all the germs out of here. Can y'all replace my toothbrush too? Just do everything. So, it's just been a weird couple weeks, and obviously we don't like to miss episodes, but this really called for it, and there was no exceptions. It was non-negotiable. So welcome back. Happy New Year. All that good stuff. What you been up to?
Yeah, I'm so sad about your sister and all that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't lie. I was really, a lot of people have been hospitalized for COVID and they were able to recover. And I was hoping that was the case for her, but
Did she have any pre-existing conditions?
She did. She actually did. And so I don't know all the details, but I believe it was related to her lymph nodes. And that's something that fights off illnesses, in your body. So, whenever people talk, I know people, the way they look at COVID is like a personal thing, but somebody had to give it to her. You know what I'm saying? And not to point blame on people necessarily, but when people are reckless or irresponsible or spreading this virus, they really don't think about those people who aren't as lucky as them that could fight it off, So,
No, I understand.
I can't. I don't want to be the person that harps on it, but it didn't come out of nowhere. So anyhow, so just keep my family lifted in prayer if that's what you do, or send us good vibes if that's another option. But just
we sending all that. We sending a prayer.
Be careful and be safe.
As far as for me, okay, I self-diagnosed myself recently with depression.
Okay.
So I've been reading a lot about different forms of depression, and one of them is high functioning depression. And so just a lot of different things that I read about it definitely resonate with me. So what have I been doing to deal with that? I've just been giving myself a little time. I haven't been working as much, partially because of the holidays and everybody's been at home with their families, and then because of COVID. But I just really I think that my problem is that I'm very hard on myself because of just the way things played out in the past. So I feel like I'll be having to rush and do stuff and get stuff done real quick. And I need to take my time with things and just be able to sit with certain decisions that I make and Yeah. So with that being said, something that I do need to get a handle on is maybe find me a therapist. Well, not maybe, but I need to find one. Just because I do have a lot of things that I need to let go. But on the bright side, I've been really good. Like I just been exploring California still. Um, I've been relaxing. I left a part out too that's really been pissing me off in this apartment. Um, so my washer and dryer. I've been having trouble having people come hook my dryer because it's a gas one, and I had Roto-Rooters come because I was like, you know what? Google who needs to hook up the gas dryer, and it was like just find a plumber. So I called Roto-Rooters. I'm like, this is a huge company, so at least I make an appointment. I know they'll show up for it.
Mm-hmm.
So opposed to me going on these apps and stuff trying to find people, and they just don't hit me back. So anywho, the guy came and he basically told me that it was pointless for him to put it together because he was gonna have to charge me $438 an hour. Keep in mind, I paid $500 for the washer and the dryer. And he was like, it was no way. He had to like stack it and take out bottom parts. So it was going to be like a minimum of 3 hours, which is $1,500. So I've come to the conclusion that now I'm just going to sell it and just get a brand new one. So I went to Home Depot the other day and I found one that could fit in my little laundry closet. And it was like $900, but it was a stacked one. But
Hold
now,
on. So you're gonna sell the dryer. What made you get a gas dryer? I don't know if I asked you that already.
So I've never had to do this. Anytime I've moved places, they always came with the washer and dryer in there.
Yeah.
In the apartment. Even if it didn't have it in there, I would go to the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't too proud. I didn't even know the difference between electric and a gas dryer. I ain't gonna lie. So when I got online and I went on Facebook and I bought it, I was like, dang. This is really cheap. $500 for the set. Like, I'm gonna get that. I didn't think that because I'm like, I'm in my head, I'm like, I got a setup for it, so whatever. But the problem isn't that it's a gas dryer. The problem is that it's too big for the space. Like the little closet that I have is too big. So I have to get a stacked one.
You gotta sell the set and buy a whole new one.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
Hey man, that's terrible. No, one of my biggest things whenever I did sell my wash and dryer from my first property, but I've always made it up in my mind that I'm just going to sell the set with the place because it's such a hassle to move them. It's worse than a dresser. It's like heavy. You got stairs and all this other stuff. Dang.
That's the crazy part because me moving in here, it had one in here. When I came and signed the lease, it was a wash and dryer in here.
And what happened?
No. I told her that she said that you can keep it, you just have to pay extra for it. And I'm like, that's fine, I'll pay extra for it. And she was like, well, I won't make you pay that today because you just paid a lot of money to move in here. So I'll just, we'll deal with that later. Moved in and it's not in here. So I wasn't finna be like, girl,
what they say happened to it?
I didn't even ask because I'm like, well, I'm not finna say come put it back. I'll just get home. So I probably should.
I am sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's crazy because gas dryers actually cost more than electric ones. So when you said you got it, I'm like, dang, you must have a nice. Because I've never even seen a gas connection for a dryer before. I thought that was like rare.
It's like really small. I mean, you probably seen it. You probably have one in your house too, but it's small.
No, I don't.
You don't have it?
Mm-mm. I used to work in appliances, honey. I know all about that. But I'm sorry to hear that for real. That's frustrating. So I do hope that you're able to easily sell the set that you have and get the one you really do. And if you when it comes to appliances, if you can ever be strategic about it, try to find a good deal. A lot of times they have rebates and stuff like that because you should never have to spend more than $1,000. You shouldn't. My first set was probably like $600 for a Maytag, and I love that set. But I ended up selling it because I sold the property. But my current set was probably a little bit over $1,000, but it's also app enabled and all that other stuff. And I also didn't pay that. I got a discount because they effed me over. But that would have been how much I paid out of pocket.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. If you ever have to get any more appliances, let me know. Because, when I used to work at Home Depot, I used to work on all those product listings. So I know all the details front and back, child. I can tell you everything you need to know about a darn appliance and what kinds to get.
Well, I'm going to send you this. I went in the store and seen it because I had to go there for something anyway. So I'm gonna just see
Yeah.
it.
Okay, well, let's move on. Let's go on to Black Business of the Week. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that me and my dog, we took holiday photos and they were very cute. The photographer is actually a relative of mine. Her name is Rakita, and she has a photography company that she does not post on social media. Why, you ask? I have no idea. So she does several photo shoots. She's always booked, but she just does not have a social media presence. And she always says she's gonna do it. So she created an account, but she ain't got no followers. So I just want to send y'all over there. So the name of her business is InFrame Photography Studio. If you go on Instagram, it's InFrame_photography studio. Also I tagged her in my holiday photos. So if you go on my Instagram page, UHH.LICIA on Instagram, you'll see it. And then check her out. She's actually really professional. She brought all the equipment to my house. We literally took those pictures in my living room. We moved the furniture around. She set up the backsplash or the background. She had the lighting. She had the everything. I was really impressed. Like, dang, like this is a lot of work to be a traveling photographer. But she did a thing. We probably, I don't know how many pictures we took, but we got like 40 edits, and they were all for a great price. So holla at my girl Keita till I sent you. Okay. All right. Now, before we get into shots, I just want to acknowledge that so much has happened. Jesus
I don't even know
Christ.
where to start.
Jesus Christ. So one of the main things that has been like a common topic right now is the Khloe Kardashian Tristan Thompson thing. I'm here to say that I'm a victim blamer. I do not feel bad for Khloe. She asked for this. She signed up for it. Tristan
Yeah,
is trash.
she
Been
needs to
trash, stayed
publicly
trash. He was trash when she got with him.
apologize to Jordan before I feel sorry for her.
Literally, both of them, both Jordans. Apologize to both of them. Tristan Thompson has literally been trashed from the jump. And I just feel like, and it's another thing I gathered because on top of that happening, this old interview of Lamar Odom popped around, which showed basically she was a side chick to Lamar Odom, to Tristan Thompson, to French Montana, and who else she dated?
I think that was it. That's all I know of.
She was a side chick to all these dudes. That's
She
really
fucked
sick.
over her friends.
Exactly.
Like you fucked over Trina, and I don't know Trina personally, but I do know that Trina, Lala, and Monica are three people who are in the industry who are literally friends with everybody because of just how they are. Like you can tell that they're really good people. So the fact that you would even go behind Trina 2 times because
it was James Harden
and French.
Yeah, though I said French earlier. And my thing is, none of these dudes are worth stealing.
At all.
Like, it's so crazy. This is what I've gathered, okay? Because I don't watch Keep Up with the Kardashians, and I really don't know much about Khloe besides the antics. I really do feel like this young lady is insecure, and I've said this before, but I just feel like people, and I might sound like, I don't know, I might sound like a weirdo being this invested, but I really feel like people that will settle for someone else's man without like earning him themselves they really don't think they can get a man of their own. I feel like she uses her Kardashian likeness or genetics to be, because basically if a Kardashian slide in your DMs, you're not gonna lead them on red. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like she thinks that her name is the prize. So she's just getting these men because she don't exactly love herself. She don't even look like the person that we first met. She literally had a picture scrubbed off the internet of her looking perfectly normal, looking, natural. I just feel like she just does not love herself. And so people that don't love themselves find themselves in these type of situations. They find a man who gives them attention. They feel good about their attention and they ignore everything else because they happy to have somebody because they think that that's what's going to work out for them. And it didn't. And now you look stupid.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I think that Tristian doesn't like her. He doesn't. Because, here's the thing. If he did, he would have been cheating on her every 2 months. So
literally,
I don't think that he likes her. I think that what it is that he likes being tied to that family.
Yep. Just like the women who he cheat with. Because they technically, the girl who got a baby, now she got a Kardashian sibling.
Yeah. So it's like he likes to be tied to that family, as if having a child by Khloe isn't enough. I'm like, just leave her alone. Like,
exactly.
You know what
Gonna name that baby True and everything about y'all is false.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? How you a whole lie and your baby name True? That's why I don't believe people. But yeah, like, I don't know. I really do just think that he is very insecure as well as she is. and he doesn't like her. He wants to be tied to that family for whatever reason. And yeah, same thing with I ain't gonna say Kanye like that. He probably do miss Kim. He on his meds, off his meds.
Hold him though, because I mean, Kim was in the same situation. She got with Kanye while he was with Amber Rose.
And they got the same birthday. That is
same birthday. Now look at you. Don't get me wrong; they had a beautiful situation, beautiful kids, and all the other stuff. But that's what we saw on the surface. Was just too much. It's a lot. Now, don't get me wrong; it's a lot of men in this world. And a lot of them are trash. But I just can't imagine thinking that my blessing comes from somebody else's man. That's sick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
people really think like that though.
It's crazy. It's embarrassing. And then all she do is start posting her quotes. But it's so crazy because she went so hard on Jordan Woods, but she never publicly went hard on no other girls like that. And Jordan Woods, I didn't know she was 19 when that happened. Like, are you crazy?
She was a kid for sure.
Anyway, so what you got for Shop Talk?
Let's see. So I do have a question. I know you probably don't listen to him, neither do I. But how do you feel? How do you feel about NBA Youngboy's new look?
Dang, what did somebody call him? Oh, they call him MUA Youngboy.
Me, that's me. That's me.
Where did he come from?
He's from Louisiana. I think he's from Baton Rouge. So here's the thing. With the current state of male hip hop. Now, this isn't more so for the female hip hop. That's why I say male. So I don't know if you've noticed, like, there's two different lanes you can really go in male hip hop, especially with the younger crowd. You can either go to like, not necessarily lyrical, but I would say lyrical, kind of conscious lane. I feel like Roddy Ricch goes that way, Cordae, so other few rappers. But the money maker at the moment is the punk rock kind of vibe.
Okay, yeah. So, you're right. The real drug using and all that.
Yeah, it's like very rock starish. So for me personally, I feel like NBA Youngboy, I won't say I never listened to his music because I do like a song or two, but I just never could have really get into him just because he had some really crazy things going on at one point in life where he was just, I feel like he was a woman beater. He was very aggressive. He was very just degrading to women. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's something happens to men when they go to jail and they get out, especially when they rappers, they get out and they different.
Did that happen to you?
Very much so.
Oh.
But I'm also not a rapper.
Did something happen to you in jail?
No, I don't mean literally happen, but I'm saying when people go to jail
and they just come back out
come back a different person, especially rappers. And I think that what it is that he's just trying stuff out. And I actually don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's interesting. I like his music. I can't consider myself a fan. Like, I don't know the name of those songs, but when his songs come on, I be like, oh, he's going hard. But I think that what this makeup or clown or mime thing he's doing is different. Does his music sound different? Have he made any new songs under this?
I haven't even listened to it. If it is, I'm just going off the look. And I mean, it doesn't really bother me. It's very horribly done. I will say that much coming from a makeup artist.
Okay. I don't think he's trying to be beat though.
I understand, but it can be better. But
from one makeup artist to another.
I'm all about freedom of expression. And I feel like it's a lot of people in the industry that we want to try, especially men. They want to try things and they want to experiment with things, but society has made it to where, like, if you're a rapper, you have to be a thug. You have to be a gangster rapper. And so the only other way that you can kind of get away with stuff is if it's like, I'm a fucking rock star, so I can wear nail polish. I can wear my hair this color. I can wear tight pants. I can wear a crop shirt if I want to because I'm a rock star and I'm not going to look gay.
Yeah, it kind of removes them from the bullying, I guess.
Yeah, because if you look at people like Kid Cudi wears dresses, and
but people was giving him a tough time.
They were. But in my head, I'm like, Dennis Rodman clearly isn't gay, but he did that stuff too. He was just expressing himself.
He was
just
odd from the jump though, but I do feel you.
Yeah, but I mean, like they looking at Kid Cudi for doing the same, for doing the same thing like these guys are doing it, just because they're labeling themselves as rock stars.
Yeah,
and which I don't mind. Like, express yourself. Do you, boo? Do you?
I'm about to sit on the floor. My back
But
hurt.
your butt hurt. You got a BBL?
I said my back hurt.
Oh,
I just ain't got no support. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't really care, but he has such a cult following.
I the internet just be having some stuff.
He has such a cult following that people are going to adapt, and things like that are just going to pave the way for other people to do the same thing. So the boy that so remember that we talked about the page where they broke down the young Dolph case. The same boy who they alleged did it is definitely wanted in connection with the murder. You know what I'm talking about?
Who they was posting on the page?
Yeah, this guy right here.
Oh, that's him.
Mm-hmm. So he is on the run. It says, we need your help to find Justin Johnson, wanted by Memphis Police Department for first-degree murder, criminal attempt, first-degree murder, and theft of property between $10,000 and $60,000. He is considered armed and dangerous. There's a $15,000 reward for his arrest. My thing is, I do wonder what goes on behind the scenes for them to finally decide like this, because I know they need evidence and things like that. But I'm like, he was just walking around minding his business, but for a few weeks.
For a long time. He gonna have to move to like Minnesota, where ain't nobody.
He probably don't move to Mexico.
Yeah, something.
I know somebody who I used to work with who got caught in this really lavish, fraudulent money stealing scheme, and he got arrested at the airport in Mexico. Like, he didn't even get to escape, but he definitely was looking to move to Mexico.
Dang.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Listen, you killed you killed the king of Memphis. That's what they call him. So you do the crime, you do the crime.
It's just so sad that they were young boys who did it, and I wonder what their reasoning was. It's just sad when young people throw their lives away like that. It's just like, what was the reason? What was the point? He actually was doing good in his community, and now you don't even have a chance to do good in your community because you took somebody off the streets.
Yeah. Whack.
Next
rest in peace Betty White too, because you know what I'm saying.
Yes, rest in peace Betty White. They said Betty White saw what was coming in 2022, so she had to head out. It's so crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember a few weeks ago there were articles celebrating her upcoming 100th birthday, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I hope she make it to her 100th birthday. And that wasn't even to be malicious, but it's just kind of like 100 is such a rare age for people to make it to, and it's like, y'all celebrating too soon, and then boom, here we go. And for her to leave on the last day of the year is kind of iconic, but it's also just still really sad.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce this lady's name, but the lady whose name starts with a G, Maxwell, she was found guilty on 5
Ghislaine Maxwell, yep, good.
How you say her name?
Ghislaine. Ignore the S.
Yeah, because I was over here struggling.
Yeah, she was found guilty. I wish that case got a little bit more publicity, but I don't think they allow reporters in the courtroom. I wish those kind of cases were being. Wait, was it live streamed?
I don't know.
I don't think so. But speaking of cases, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion are in court right now. What you think about the stuff that has come out so far?
So, new evidence shows that they lost the stuff that whatever was taken out of her foot, because apparently it wasn't a bullet, it was glass.
They lost it, or somebody got paid to get rid of it. Go ahead.
It's lost. So, yeah, I don't know, and this is the reason why, and I probably get chewed up and cussed out because support Black women, which I do. I think that and sometimes I'll be feel like I'm the face of supporting Black women.
Okay, all right.
That's how hard I be going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So you do know what I'm saying. So, but this is also why when stuff happens like that, I'm not gonna comment on it until I know exactly what happened, because literally you just never know. So I'm not saying that Megan is lying, but it's too much like back and forth. And I wasn't like a diehard Tory Lanez fan before, but I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't like his music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
me either.
and it went hard. Like they went hard. They took him off of songs. Like he was taken off of Kehlani's album. Got stuff taken away from him. He can't go to festivals and stuff like that. He can't perform. He can't perform at festivals that Megan is gonna be at.
Yeah.
She's at every festival. I mean, she's a new rapper.
Yeah, it's kind of like everything landed in her favor off of perception and accusations, which I can't say is unfair necessarily. I just like it's different in her case because she had a restraining order.
Something happened to her for sure. Something.
Yeah, she definitely got. This is my thing. This is what I don't know. People are saying people that based off what's going on in court. I don't know if Tory has had a chance to speak in court. Yeah, I don't think he has, but it's sounding like maybe he did shoot a gun, but not at her. And then it might have ricocheted and caused damage. I don't know, but the story is just fishy. The whole story is fishy. Everybody's side is fishy to me, and I just can't wait for whatever we can prove is proven because I'm tired of hearing about it.
Hold on, I gotta move because my computer dying. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
Hold on. Okay. My computer was on 5%.
Oh yeah, mine was dead early when I was trying to do therapy. Yeah, I don't even know why I brought it up because I'm still confused. Like you said, definitely protect Black women, but I also think that sometimes people can do things blindly. I know Megan is a highly revered artist, very popular, very cool, very pretty, very talented, but you just don't really know what really happened. People were involved with drinking alcohol. There was some romance involved. So just things can just be really confusing and blurry. And truth be told, once this case is over, we still may not know the truth.
Okay. And once again, a Kardashian was involved. Huh? Problematic. I'll just point out.
It's a mess.
But yeah, okay.
So I'm waiting for that to be over so we can start talking about it. Because either way,
I really want people to like.
The only person that's going, I don't think anybody's going to really lose publicly because Tory Lanez still has a fan base now. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he'll ever take up like he was really on his A game when the pandemic first started with quarantine radio. People was really loving him. I don't think Megan's career is going to be scarred no matter what comes out, but I do think Tory's going to struggle a little bit, but I don't think he's really going to, he still has a lot of supporters.
Yeah.
Anyhow, all right.
Let me say this before we move on. If we getting rid of shop talk, we exit out shop talk. Let me say this. 24 million PPP loan and you only get 20 months, sign me up.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what's so funny? I had two situations where I could have got a PPP loan, and one of them was legal and one of them was good luck.
Partial illegal.
I would have never, ever, ever done it illegally, ever. But for the legal side, I actually could have gotten some money, but I legit was like, I don't need it. I'll leave it for the people that do. And it wasn't nothing but people who didn't need it getting the money.
You should have just got it.
I should have just got it.
Honestly, you should have did.
But I just didn't. I genuinely was like, I didn't need it. It wouldn't have made an impact. I mean, obviously it would have made an impact because I would have more money, but it would not have changed my circumstance. So I just, I'm glad I didn't do anything illegal because it definitely was presented to me. And I'm like, oh, you don't lost your doggone mind because I don't even think I'm supposed to have this much in general. But the legal route, it was like, I mean, it's there, but no.
Yeah. I'm just saying 24 months. 24 million.
You're going to go to prison. But the thing is, you have to pay that money back in restitution.
Gotta find me.
Okay.
I will go buy a house in Dubai and delete all social media and just live life.
Oh, my freaking goodness. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let's get. So today's topic, I actually want to talk about my therapy experience. Okay.
Let's go. And we'll talk about my
So
non-therapy.
so I've been seeing a therapist for maybe 2 months now, and my primary reason was to get over some PTSD that happened to me, my situation that happened to me actually and Draco 13 years ago. If you remember, back in 2019 we did a Halloween episode and we talked about getting robbed. I believe that's the episode we talked about, but it's something that has literally followed me and made me very miserable for 13 years. I'm not even joking, y'all, to the point where I couldn't go certain places at certain times of night. I couldn't be in certain sides of town, places that I literally grew up in. I'd be scared to go to. I have damaged property out of fear of me thinking something. It's like really bad. It's crazy to even think about now because of how much I have like evolved from that situation, but it was really bad. And so in 2020, or maybe it was 2019, I actually made an attempt to work on it. I found a therapist, or a counselor, I guess. I really don't know the big difference, but I found a person and she was not helpful. Number one, she didn't come off as very serious or compassionate. And she would tell me things like, oh, just get some pepper spray or try to almost invalidate what I was expressing to her was going on. And it was really serious, y'all. Like, I mean, I literally put a hole in the wall in my last property because I thought that I had a flashback of what happened and I thought it was happening again, and it was literally not. And it was so freaking embarrassing. So once that didn't work out with that therapist, I kind of just told myself that I was tripping. I'll just get past it, whatever, move on. And I did later on decide to get another therapist, but I really didn't know where to look, where to start, how much it's going to cost. It's just so many things, y'all. Therapy is not cheap. I know a lot of people have been promoting it, but it's not cheap. And if you don't have insurance, it's pretty expensive. Now,
And that still probably won't work because a lot of people don't take it.
a lot of people don't take insurance because this is what I learned. Because I actually, even though I have insurance, I paid out of pocket for my therapist, and I'm actually really glad I did because I found a great therapist, and she really helped me a lot. But when therapists take insurance, after every session, they have to file a claim through the insurance company for reimbursement, which means they could or could not get their money back. On top of that, when you work with these insurance companies, you have to offer a certain type of treatment in a lot of cases, and you have to diagnose the patient with certain things, in certain ways. Like it's like a curriculum they have to follow if they want to qualify for reimbursement for that session, which puts a lot of work on a therapist when instead they could just take cash payments and carry on with their day and truly give you the treatment that they have, that their expertise has told them to get. Now, when I had the counselor that I had before, I was using insurance. So I was paying about $45 a session. I maybe went to her for a month, maybe 3 times, who knows? But my therapist that I've been going to lately, actually today was my last day. Like, she legit told me, like, there's nothing else that we can go over. I pay her $175 per session. Now, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, especially when you're going every week. But my PTSD was so bad that I really was out of options. I just could not, y'all, it literally impacted everything I did. It's really sick when you think about it. But we use a treatment method, what's called EMDR, and it stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And I know that sounds cuckoo, y'all, because it literally was this treatment where I would literally use like eye movement to kind of like get myself into a certain mindset. You can almost say hypnotizing, but it wasn't hypnosis. Like, I swear to God, it was not hypnosis. But if y'all could look it up, it'll provide a little bit more information. I'll put a link about what EMDR is, but long story short, is a phase-focused approach to treating trauma and other symptoms by reconnecting the traumatized person in a safe and measured way to the images, self-thoughts, emotions, and body sensations associated with the trauma, and allowing the natural healing powers of the brain to move toward adaptive. And then it kind of, you gotta read for more, but let me just explain. So basically what she would do when doing this treatment, she would use her finger and like rapidly move it across the screen like this. I mean, y'all not gonna see it, but I'm just showing Chris how I did. So I would literally just follow her fingers with my eyes, and then she would ask me to imagine that moment where I got robbed at gunpoint. Like, literally imagine the worst part of that moment in that moment. And I'm following her with my fingers, and she would literally have me think the thoughts while I'm at that spot. I am safe. I am not, it's certain things, certain little mantras she would have me think like while I'm in that space. And then once it's over, she would tell me what I see in my head. And I swear to God, y'all, every round that we did this, I would literally see myself moving further and further away from the person that robbed me, further away from the gun, for like to the point where I would be across the street, down the street, in the car, headed home. It'd be a completely different time of day. I swear to God. And so we did this for maybe 3 sessions. So maybe like 3 weeks we would work on it. And so she had me, so basically she, after each session, she would ask me, because I would have instances every week where this would happen, where something would scare me, something would traumatize me, or bring me back to that moment where I was being robbed at gunpoint. And so she would just ask me, like, how has my mind handled it since that last session? And I mean, I swear to God, y'all, it's to the point now where nothing bothers me. I'm never worried about being robbed, and I know that it can happen. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but it's a completely separate fear from that, like precaution versus being traumatized. And so like it's to the point where I started going to the store at night. I would go to Target 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I would have never done that ever in my life. Like when I park at parking days, I always make sure I park by the exit. And there's nothing wrong with that, but mine was rooted in fear of what happened to me 13 years ago, not because I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So after the third week, I mean, she would ask me if there was other environments where I felt like the PTSD creeping up on me. And I'll tell her sometimes it'd be at the mall, because at the mall by me, they be shooting and it'd be all kinds of stuff going on, carjacking, stuff like that. And so we did the same kind of treatment for that. You know, that one really wasn't as necessary, but at this point I was fishing for more ways to make sure this jump was behind me. So it's been at least a month since the quote unquote curing of the PTSD, and I can promise you I have been 100% cured of something that I've been bothered with for 13 years. It's actually,
I'm really happy for you.
Really crazy if you think about it. It's so crazy. And so another thing she mentioned is this treatment plan is not acknowledged by insurance companies. So if I would have went to a therapist with insurance, they really couldn't offer nothing but talking it out. And that talking out hasn't helped me. So it's where we are now. But I promise you, it's so crazy. I promise you, it's not hypnosis. It's not this weird mind control thing, but it is. I mean, it's mind control in a way, but it's not in a way that people might think. Because when I talk to people about it, get all weirded out, kind of get a little closed-minded about it. But I had to be open-minded about it because I was super desperate. I was sick of it. And she even told me today, she was like, I'm really glad that you were open-minded to the treatment. And it worked. It literally worked. So the way I look at it, even though I paid her $175 per session, I only went to her for like 2 months versus going to somebody paying $45 a week for several months. Like I pretty much paid a convenience fee. And it really changed my life. Like it's really, like, if anybody, I know a lot of y'all may not know me, but I'm telling y'all, this thing, it's crazy. It is crazy. It really changed the way I looked at everything. Like I literally lived in the hood of all hoods and didn't care. But the day I got robbed, it opened my eyes. I was all of a sudden aware of my environments, aware of potential of robbery, of crimes. I was scared to walk by men. I was scared to go places at night. I was scared of being in my own home by myself. I have so many different layers of security. It's actually crazy. But now, obviously, I'm still precautious and I still have thoughts of stuff, but it has nothing to do with that. It's just because we in Atlanta. And I mean, I feel like I'm a new person. It's crazy. So I mean, after that, because that was my main thing for going to therapy, I had talked to her about other things like relationships with that I experienced growing up and certain things, but we have come to the realization that those things, I just needed to talk about it. They really weren't causing a hindrance in my everyday life. And even, I brought up my relationship and she feels like it's very healthy. And she just feels like I don't really let a lot of things block my daily performance, but the thing that was the PTSD. So today was our last session, and she was like, I normally don't ask people to stop coming to therapy, but I really don't feel like you need help with anything else. And I'm just like, dang, all right. And here I am, here to tell a story. Now I am okay with sharing who my therapist was, even though this is not a Black Biz of the Week segment. Her name is Dr. Jessica Henry. She is licensed in the DMV area as well as Georgia. And she is super cool. She's a Black woman. She's very funny. She's kind. We talked about trap music together. And one of my biggest things with finding a therapist was about finding somebody that I could relate to. And she was definitely the one. She's a mother. I'm not a mother. We can't really relate on that, but it's just some things that may be helpful. Now, she has worked with kids, with adults. She definitely specialized in trauma. She's told me about some patients that she's dealt with, and they had way, way more traumatized situations than me. And she's been able to cure them using the same treatment method. So that's what really sold me on it. I mean, I'm talking about people who have, experienced sexual abuse, home, burglary and things like that. So if you guys need any information on Dr. Jessica Henry, I'll also put her information in the episode notes. I am happy to share her. But yeah, we met virtually for 6 weeks, I think. We didn't meet last week because my mouth was hurting from getting my wisdom teeth removed. And I guess that's it. So she was like, if it ever comes up again, just give her a call if I got any concerns and stuff like that. But, I know it's very popular right now to tell people that need therapy and go to therapy. But if you are capable and able to do so, I highly, highly recommend it. Things that you don't even think you need to talk about, you might need to just to get it out your mouth, even if it's not to get help, just get it out. Because sometimes it makes you realize stuff. It was some things I shared with her that I assumed the other person's intent, and she just made me realize, that probably wasn't what it was, and she was right. And it just kind of helps you like revisit things. I think I'm a pretty logical person. I tend to be overly logical, but it's still good to have like that other perspective.
Yeah, I mean, even what you talking about it, or when you were telling me before, and even though I knew about the situation that happened when you damaged the property and all the other stuff, and I thought that was just, I'm in my head, I'm like, I wonder how, in what way could she get over it? Because like you said, people always recommend therapy, but I think that for the most part, I do believe that therapy works, but people be going to therapy for years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
but some people be screwed up.
I understand that. I get it.
No shade.
Look at Britney Spears.
Okay.
No shade. I'm sorry, but I understand we happy that she's free, but y'all can't see her like what she doing over there. Shit normal.
Yeah, I agree. She still needs some support, just not the way that they were trying to give it to her.
For me, I'm like, the crazy thing is we experienced the same thing at the same time. And I think mine was before yours because he got to me first and then came to you.
No, I think you wasn't behind me.
Yeah, I was behind you. Oh, yeah, wait, so he got to you first.
Yeah, he got to me first and then went to y'all. Because remember, I left y'all because remember, I was trying to get my auntie to come pick me up.
And it was raining. So you trying to get out of the rain, yeah.
Yes, I sure did with no umbrella.
And me either. I didn't have my friends, the people I was standing with, it was like 2 people with me. They had an umbrella. But see, the thing is, I never think about that. And I'm like, dang, that's really, I wonder, because that was very traumatic. Like, even after it happened, of course, I was like shocked. But after like a few days, I was over it. I was just like, whatever.
It haunted me for 13 years. That's really
but
crazy.
that was a gun to my back. You know what I'm saying? Like
to my face.
So it's like, even talking about it right now, just giving me chills. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
But during the time, I think that, I don't know. I think that for me, my trauma is deeper than that. My trauma is definitely from my mom. Because I think that after that, my problem is that I don't take things. I feel like the worst thing that ever could have happened to me already happened. So everything else, I don't care about.
Yeah.
Like, it can be some of the worst things. Like, I hate being inconvenient, so I'll complain. Like, I'll complain about inconvenience or me wasting money or something like that or whatever. But for the most part, when things happen, I'm just like,
or we'd be like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I feel you, man.
And that's not normal. Like, I feel like I don't process my emotions how I should. And it took me a long time to realize that may be the issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of things that I just never dealt with personally that I've never really talked about. Luckily, I don't have a story where I had to deal with people who molested me or anything like that. But I think that most of my trauma came from my adulthood because I tried to make it seem as if my life is together or like I don't have nothing bad going on or, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay. And like I said in the beginning part of the episode, I feel like I have high functioning depression, you know? So that's another trauma response because it's like I'm around people all the time and I'm like so happy and blah, blah, blah. But when I'm at home by myself and I'm just able to just decompress and just think about stuff, sometimes I get really sad and it takes me hours to do things. Like if I'm set to clean my apartment or clean something, it'll take me hours to do something that would normally take 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
just because you can't find the will to do it or you just kind of be in your head
I don't have no energy. I have no energy. And what's been saving me recently is edibles because I'll eat them and I literally feel my body just relax, and it's like, okay, get up and do something. So once I eat
So
an
can
edible,
you relax so you can still get stuff done though when you take the edibles?
every time.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
why I literally eat edibles maybe 5 times out of the week, because if I don't, I won't move. Like, I will be glued to my bed, like just there, not doing nothing, no TV on, no nothing. Like, I'm just there. And like, even it's even hard to take a shower sometimes. Like, I'll just be sitting there.
Dang, that's
And I'm
sad.
like,
Yeah. Do you think it started when you moved to California, or do you feel like you just
no,
started realizing more?
this has been going on for about 10 years.
Dang.
So this
You should
isn't even.
definitely. I think you should hit up my therapist. I mean, she is licensed in Georgia. I mean, you still have a Georgia license, so
Yeah,
I
no,
think you.
I was thinking that too, but I just never know how to go about finding one that I think will work for me or whatever. And I'm big on wasting money.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should have shared that. I found her on psychologytoday.com, and I always reach out for an introductory call, which normally is free. And so I always do like a vibe check. I just give a brief of what I'm experiencing, and then their response to me is how I determine to go forward. Thank God I found her as soon as I did, but I was very intentional about finding a Black woman. Like, I just, as long as it was a Black woman that dealt with trauma or PTSD, then I will book with them. But when I call her, she explained to me the type of treatment that she think would work for me. We had a regular like girl chat talk. I guess not really girl chat, but just like how you meet somebody for the first time. We just talked on a personal level. I was like, okay, I like her. And then
Yeah,
that was it. From there, she just scheduled my first appointment. I just did my little regular paperwork, like my documentation, all that, and that was it. So if you use Psychology Today, you send an email to the therapist from that site, and you ask for an introductory call, and that's normal. Like, that my problem is I didn't do that with the first lady. I just booked
yeah.
with her and was like, and she wasn't even who I tried to book with. The person I wanted to book with wasn't taking new patients or clients, I guess. But
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it, because, like I said, I just be eating edibles, and like I feel like part of it too, um, came from me being in jail, because when I was in jail, to make time pass by, I would go to sleep. Like, I would literally sleep my life away in there, and
dang,
so I can sleep abnormal amount of hours. Like, I wake up
I be
every morning at
trying.
I wake up every morning at like 6.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't have anything to do, I could literally wake up, eat food, go back to sleep, wake up, eat, and go back to sleep.
I
Like,
wish I be trying. If I take a nap in the daytime, that's them hours is deducted from my sleep at night.
oh no, I could literally sleep until like 4 p.m. and I will be tired again by 9
That's
to go.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that too is a part of it, because I'm like I said, I never, when I'm, and I don't know and I don't necessarily have anything that triggers it. It just come out of nowhere. I just don't have no energy. I just be like zero energy. Like, I mean, everything just hurts. Like, I don't want to get up to use the bathroom. I'll get up to use the bathroom, but even to shower just takes so much energy that I just don't even want to get up. Like, I'm like,
Dang. That's
Some days now,
yeah.
some days I'll be good, especially when I get paid. Now, them days, I'll be like, you know what? We good. You know what I'm saying? I'll be good that week. But, just on a regular day-to-day basis, it's like I'll be having to have it. Even to be social sometimes. Like, I've been hanging around the same people since right out of high school. Like, I literally been talking to the same people. I don't like making new friends. That's why I moved too, because it's forcing myself to be open.
Yeah.
Forcing myself to talk to people. And I mean, even like little stuff, like even today, I was talking to the lady who does my nails. My barbers over the years probably don't even know how I sound. But and
Oh wow.
I've
So
been
you
going
just
to my I
being
just sit
a
there. I even with my clients, like my clients that just sit in the chair, that don't bother me. Cause I
dang.
do
See, I
it.
be
And
having a talk. I can't even. I'm like, is you looking at my scalp? Like, what's wrong?
no, I'm okay with that. Like, if they talk, I'll talk back. But my barber, I don't have conversations with him in the shop at all. Um, I mean, like, even now, the barber who I've been going to here, he be having on AirPods listening to music. So
Oh yeah, so he make it easy.
Yeah, he make it so easy for me. But it's just little things like that. Like today I got my nails and toes and I was talking to the lady who was on my pedicure and then the lady who was on my manicure. We were having conversation. Even before I left Atlanta, the lady who was doing my manicures, I started opening up and just talking to her. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. And sometimes, and that's terrible for me because it's a lot of people that I need to let go. But since I've been so comfortable with them over the years, it's like I don't necessarily deal with it. I do deal with
help
it.
You with that.
In a way, I deal with it, but I just be like at a distance sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, I cut off one of my closest friends, or what was one of my close friends, because I just felt like boundaries were. We'll talk.
Is it the one that from last time?
Yeah, I'm sure. Nah.
Who that?
This is a whatever.
That's the first name?
So
okay. Yo, one of your closest friends, you ain't got number one. You text me? Oh, I'm scared to open it. Oh, period. Yeah, I mean, not period, but dang, I was gonna ask.
Okay.
I had wanted to acquire that for the holidays coming up since you was gonna be out there, but I ain't gonna do it.
Do it. I don't care. No, because I don't have no hard feelings. It's just that, boundaries be getting crossed and people put stuff on you and make you feel like I hate for a person to come at me and say, this is how friends are supposed to do, or friends supposed to go.
You don't tell me how to be who I am. It's different if I've done something to harm you and you give me feedback.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I did not, It's like, this is how you're supposed to be. And then for somebody to throw, like, you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know how I process things. And I feel like this is also affecting my relationships, like dating. You know what I'm saying? So for you to even to come to me and be like, I can't wait till you find a boyfriend because I feel like that's you gonna change and you're not gonna be shitty acting and da-da-da-da. Like, why would you tell people that? Like, so you're telling me that I'm acting the way that I'm acting because I don't have a man.
And why should you put that much value in somebody, another person? You know what I'm saying? Like, having a partner does not necessarily equate to happiness. Like, if you're not happy already before getting a partner's not gonna make that better.
At all. And they were 100% proof of that. We ain't gonna go there.
Okay, say less.
You know what I'm saying? Just it's a lot of different things that I probably need to just get out. Well, I know I need to get off. So after I finish dealing with what I got going on in this apartment, I'm definitely going to invest money into a therapist, and I'm just getting my life together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I do a lot of self-care, and I do a lot of like things that I really enjoy that I take time away from myself to do. And
you can't always do it yourself though. That's what I have to realize. You can't psych. I really thought I could psych myself out of that PTSD, but as the years went by and after that incident in my last place, I'm like, I got to get help. I got to. And I'm not even somebody that people would ever think was battling with something like that. I think all of my close friends knew because I would always be like, what time is it? Where's parking at? I always would do these different things, but it's something that it's really embarrassing. It was really embarrassing to me, especially at that time. I had to like tell my partner, and it just was. Yeah. It's like, this is what's going on.
Yeah. No, I get it. And it shouldn't be embarrassing because we all have stuff that we go through and we have, different reasons why we do certain stuff. But, I can't just be up here being neutral. Like, I make jokes about it. I tell people all the time that, I literally have it tattooed on me that I'm like, when people ask me to describe my personality, I'm like, I have two. I could be the life of the party. I can be Daria. Like, it's very monotone. She don't have no expression or no like feelings toward anything. She just be like, whatever. That's literally me. That's why I got it tattooed on me. I'm like, that's me.
Well, I'll
down to
send
the
you
glass.
my therapist information too. I honestly, I mean, I don't know if she'll be a good match for you, but it'd be worth getting an introductory call. And there's no pressure to like book with her every single week. That was just me because I was like, I got to get this behind me. But if we would have done every 2 weeks, I would have got the same results.
Okay, I'm gonna look into it because I need it.
You should for real. Even if you go once a month. I mean, literally it's on your terms. But I know people who've been going for several years, and like you said, and it's just all about what you gotta address. Some people have some personality disorders. Some people have dealt with abuse. So it's just really all based on that. Thankfully, I have not been traumatized from any of those things, but that PTSD had to go, baby. And I'm here to say it is gone. All right.
Period.
But yeah.
Everybody ain't able.
I know, man. I'm grateful I am. I told her I almost wanted to shed a little tear, but I was like, oh, get your But anyway, that's all I have to share on the topic. I thought it was important to share. We did talk about it at the end of an episode, but I ended up editing it out because I wanted to properly discuss it. So, yeah. Well,
so what you got coming up? What you got going on?
I am working on some investments, man. I'm looking to buy some houses. Hopefully it worked out. It's really, let me tell you something. It's ugly out here, but I'm trying to flip this money while I can. So hopefully within a month, I can say I have a second property or a fourth property.
Go off.
But yeah, some rental properties, and it's two different businesses. I want to acquire a type of business, and I want to start two other kind of businesses, and hopefully I can really retire by the time I'm 40. This is all part of my initiative. So I got an 8-year plan. Yeah. And if I can make enough money off of one of those streams of income to replace a job, then I'm quitting my jobs and I'm going to be a full-time entrepreneur, full-time serial entrepreneur.
And a dog mom.
Yeah, she get on my nerves. I'm about to go take her outside. But anyway, that's all I got for this week, man. If y'all have any questions about therapy or my therapist in particular, hit me up. I don't have any advice for PTSD. I'm honestly not a credible source for that, but I can say to see a therapist because I couldn't even heal myself. I tried to ignore it. I tried to mask it. Did not work.
Periana. Going on vacation tomorrow.
Period. Be safe because Omicron is out here. Definitely over here.
Yeah. You already know the vibes. I got I'm going on vacation tomorrow. Hopefully this will alleviate some some of my feelings that I've been having recently. But that bed, I put that bed together. That actually was like, small accomplishments like that just really make me happy. I'm like, you know what? I really did that. So now that I got that, I can get all these boxes out the living room, get rid of this stuff, and I can actually start reaching out to some models so I can shoot some content for my Instagram reels because I do want to start doing that. I do want to do YouTube. I found somebody to actually help me with that, and he's going to be able to take pictures of me because I also want to maybe get like some endorsements just for some extra money, like some little fashion lines or something.
Yeah, sure.
So he gonna help me with all that. So, we're just gonna see. To my sister, if you listening, you dead wrong for not paying the Hulu. I'm just letting you know that.
Oh, you can have my Hulu.
I want to watch the A-Bot Elementary and
Abbott Elementary, but all right. No, you can literally use my Hulu.
What I said,
A-Bot.
And what is
get Hulu free through my Verizon account, so that bill ain't never not getting paid. I'll send it to you right now.
I'm mad because you be having your stuff saved on there.
Yeah, please make a new profile. Don't mess with my algorithm.
Oh, I always do that anyway. People be mad. I'm like,
no, I usually have a profile called everybody else, but nobody seems to need Hulu. So,
but yeah, that's all I got going on.
Me too. So y'all, please seek peace if you can. I know it's easier said than done. I know it costs money. Things like therapy are a luxury. I totally understand. But if there are resources out there that offer support and assistance for therapy at low cost or no cost, I don't really know a lot of them off the top of my head, but I hear a lot of podcasts that talk about Talkspace and Simple Health. BetterHelp.com. So they offer support. Just seriously, y'all, I'm telling you, people be like, I don't need therapy. I got friends. Trust me, all y'all struggling. Everybody is not. These people.
Your friends on cocaine. That's how they getting rid of that.
Okay. that your friends are not qualified to address the issues in a way that will help you heal. Because if they were, you wouldn't even be using them for therapy. Anyways, all right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast. Holla at your girl.
And holla at your burl, curl, and your world.
Goodbye. Food to my A-by elementary.
What is it called again?
Abbott. Like rabbit?
Abbott. Okay. Why I can't say that?
I don't know. Goodbye.